Okay, I want you to see this, people. How he sits himself up. Okay, I just changed him. Can't really see. Sit up, Amari. Do what you did just 2 minutes ago. Back to back. But in the process of changing him. And like he literally sits himself up. Like you'll see how fast he's at it, people. And these doctors, they just want to ruin it. Blaming him for his hip problems because he crosses his legs. Right? As if, no. Why don't you put the blame where the blame belongs? He was injured at the time of his birth. It's not because Amari crosses his legs. He can't help himself. Sit up, Amari. Normally I put his pants on. I left the diaper on so you can just watch him sit himself up. Sit up, Amari. Come on. Come on. Yeah, you watching? Good boy. Nana's so proud of you. Do you know how long it took to do that, people? He's 5 years old. Okay? And he's pretty fast at it now. And when he's determined to do something, when you're determined to do something, you're pretty quick to do it. Yeah. Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. These are your pants. Now we're going to put your pants on. Yeah. You did that all by yourself. Now they're going to lay you down, and you can do it again. Ah, you can do it again. You can do it again. I'm so proud of you. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm proud of you. Getting pretty fast at it. When you're determined to do it. See, here he goes. He grabs, he pulls himself up. Do you see what he does? Obviously his legs are crossing. Right? But he uses his body to move it to the best of his ability. And you can see he's proud of himself, aren't you? I know you are. Yeah. And when they operate on him, people, you can kiss that goodbye. They're going to have him spread eagle for 8 months to a year if they don't have to go back in there and operate again because of an infection or whatever they did popped out or whatever. And then it's going to just be prolonged. They're going to give him pain medications, get him addicted to freaking opiates. Yeah, right? They gave me another medication. I have a choice of trying this medication to help with the tone, which is actually a muscle relaxant, which could very well make him sleepy and very relaxed. Don't know what that means. Or I can try Botox that will make him cry for 10 minutes as they inject him into the leg area, right? Because, he's going like this, right? But that's not his fault, people. It's convenient for them to say, well, Amari's going to need hip surgery because Amari keeps crossing his legs. No, Amari needs hip surgery, people, because the doctor who delivered him dragged it out for too freaking long, right along with the Surrey Memorial Hospital, who sent Shamay away for 2 days in a row over a 5-day period. And then they dragged out labor until it was an emergency C-section. And then it took that another half an hour to prep the operating room. So by the time he came out, he pooped in her room and was literally twitching. And then they worked hard to cover it up as they blame Amari for this And that's why Amari needs surgery, because Amari crosses his legs. Well, I wonder why. And they're going to ruin him, people. All to prevent pain, as they create pain over pain over pain. Only they're going to mask their pain because they're going to give him pain medication. Pain medication when they're not giving him relaxants, muscle relaxants, which basically is another pain medication, right? And then call that quality healthcare. Yeah. You did good, Amari. You're doing good. He was really happy yesterday at the hospital for all the hours that he was there. His first appointment was at 9:30. He had 3 of them. He had one at 9:30, then he had, that was the hip doctor at 9:30. And then at 11:30, he had the dentist, and then at 1:30, he had the Sunny Hill tone department, who now got him on muscle relaxants. It should be interesting to see if he moves around with that medication. Otherwise, I'm going to have to give him Botox. But I asked Tisha to look up the side effects of this Botox, because I don't want to dope him up, people. Not if I don't have to. And he's already on this seizure medication. And, like, it affects his eating habits. He used to eat anything and everything. Not anymore, though. I basically have to force him with it, and I don't like that. And so I don't push it on him, right? And I just give him more of these drinks. But he didn't start having these seizures. I've been crying. I'm crying. That's what's happening here, right? He didn't start having seizures until they changed the drinks. Do you see how he moved? He inching his way, and he grabbed the camera. And he's getting fast. He has his own way. They're going to make it so he can't move. No way. Absolutely none. And he won't be able to escape the pain unless I dope him up with their pain medication, people. As they tell me, God knows what they will tell me. Oh, well, we have to operate again because he's got an infection now. Oh, we have to operate again because whatever we did didn't fuse. Oh, we have to operate again because, you know, whatever we did busted apart. Oh, we have to operate again because he's growing and whatever we did the first time didn't fucking work. So we got to do it again. Like, when does it stop and when does it start? I think it starts with admitting that he was injured at the time of his birth. Look, do you see what he's doing here? Do you see? He's not going to be able to do any of this, people. They're going to rob him of his freedom to move his own body the way. See, that's what's getting us into trouble with the hips. But that's the only way he can move. And he's good at it. Do you see how he turns himself around? And he's more aware that he can fall off the couch. So if you notice, he was very methodical about that and made sure he didn't. Unless he felt safe about how he was going to get down. They're going to have him stationary 24/7 on drugs for 8 months to a year, if not longer. And of course, none of that will cause any kind of pain. And if it does, it's okay. They can create that pain for him because they can give him medication to make him sleep and forget about it. or be all dopey and lethargic, right? They don't want them active. They don't want them happy. They don't, people. They don't, okay? Because if that was the case, they'd fucking get up on that bitch that delivered him and fucking fire her ass, okay? You know, clean the fucking swamp. Seriously. Clean the fucking swamp. These are like innocent children that they're destroying, okay? Tisha says to me, oh, but Mom, there was other kids there that clearly had surgery. And they were happy, you know, sitting in their wheelchair with their legs spread open and cast. You know, one had a different kind of cast. And I said, okay, so how many did you see? Right? 1 or 2 kids? You know? You think one or two kids is a representation of every kid that has to go through this going to be happy? Yeah, okay. Yeah. No. It's going to be a whole lot of fucking misery. Whether I'm there or not. It's just going to be a whole lot of fucking misery. Doctors create misery. That's what they create. If they're not kicking you out of the doctor's office, telling them they're not going to fill out your disability form, and they're not going to freaking help you get your dead daughter's medical files, even though the bastard tells you to go get a lawyer because your dead daughter died in the house and the cops were fucking lying, right? But of course he doesn't want to stand up and be a man because he's a freaking coward. You know, you got them fucking injuring children at the time of their birth because they can just sign them up to that research study. They still want me to fill out fucking paperwork. I'm going to put no under duress. Fuck the research study. Why not start providing proper health care at the time of the birth of these children? Okay? There's your research study. Go fucking research that. Do your investigation where it needs to be done. Like, seriously. That's how I'm going to submit it. No, I'm not participating in any fucking research study. There needs to be an investigation as to how my grandson was injured so that he's not blamed for his hips coming out of his fucking joints because he crosses his legs because of negligence by a doctor so that another doctor can capitalize off of it through his research study. Okay? You watching him? Okay, now this is where he gets into trouble. Pay attention. I'm watching you. Yeah, you know. You know you can fall off. Yeah, you see, he's learning. He knows it. Do you see? He's sitting himself up? No. Do you see what he's doing? He pulls. He uses his body to the best of his ability. He's strong. He's getting stronger. Clearly, you can see that. He's determined. He's determined. But you see, these people that do this kind of stuff, they don't care. Right? They didn't care that the house was happy and functional and when they took Andre. They didn't care that my teenagers were good, upstanding girls that were working at McDonald's and, you know, Shamay was getting ready to go to freaking, I don't know, college or something. Like, they didn't care about any of that, okay? They didn't care that I went out and did community park events and, you know, other events outside of businesses and worked with kids for fucking 2.5 years, 40 to 60. They didn't care about any of that. Okay, that's not what they care about, people. What they cared about was taking Andre in a really slimy manner so that they can implode the family from the inside out and then fucking try and accuse us of shit that wasn't even fucking real. Okay? Just so they could prop up their budget. Yeah. And destroy a family. And that's what they did. Because they don't care about children being happy. They didn't care that Andre was happy any more than they care about Amari being happy or care about acknowledging what happened to Amari for him to even be crossing his legs so that some doctor can go in there and play Russian roulette with my grandson's life and then never, ever, ever be held to account because I agreed to the risks. Well, no, I don't. I don't agree to the risks. Something will happen to him and they'll do another Shamay. 9 days later, oh, well, we have to unplug him now because he's brain dead. Yeah, okay, been there, done that. Went through it with his mother. I know how you guys are. Seriously, I know how you fucking are. I don't trust him. Not in the least little bit. And they don't care the fact that he can move around. They don't want him where he can't move. They want to break his spirit young. Oh, they got to fix his hip before he's old, even though we'll have to maybe come and operate again and again. Yeah, okay. Destroy his life. He's got 40 years, that's it. 45 years. If he's lucky, he might have 70 or 80, but I doubt it, okay? Because those people made sure he didn't have that opportunity. And they all worked together to cover it up. Do you watch him? You're watching him, right? Look how far he moved. From over there to over here. He's almost at the end of the couch now. And if you notice, he's staying away from the edge. Because he knows. He's fell off enough times to know. But it doesn't bother him when he falls. He ends up laughing and giggling. Only one time when he fell off, he kind of got stuck, caught up in the blankets. And I had to come and get him. Because he was kind of calling out for me. But other than that, most of the time, it's only been maybe a handful, maybe 5 times since he's been born, where he's fell off 6 times, 7 times, where he's fell off the couch. And it's not a very fall, like a, because there's always usually something soft on the ground, right? And he's always giggling and laughing. But clearly you can see he kind of knows now. Because he was coming to the edge, but he moved himself where he knew he'd be safer. Okay? And they're going to stunt his growth by fucking doping him up to mask their pain that they created, as they can't guarantee that whatever they're doing isn't going to create more pain. Like, well, they're fucking hypocrites. Okay? They're just downright freaking hypocrites. Yeah. Yeah. Amari crosses his legs because of them. Amari does not cross his legs because of him. He has no choice. He uses to the best of his ability what he was left with after he was delivered. Let's get that record straight. You want to blame anybody? Blame the fucked up doctor that delivered him. Blame that stupid hospital that sent Shamay away for 5 freaking days knowing what they were doing because they needed children for their research study so they could prop up their fucking corrupt budget, as the government wants to sit up there and say they don't pay a single soul throughout the whole healthcare system, that they're not responsible for anything. Yeah, whatever. People really need to wake up. I don't know what's going to take for them to stand up and fight together back. Like, they need to fight like fucking like the old days. Just the whole town needs to fucking flood the government and fucking fire them all. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Get rid of the corrupt government workers. Okay? Just get fucking rid of them. They're not worth it. For as much money as they suck from the taxpayers with their superannuation life insurance policy and their medical plans and dental plans and pension plans and all these other fucking perks and plans that they've got, because that's what Uncle John taught me. Okay? As they're robbing it from each other when they're not robbing unsuspecting victims. You think they just rob from each other? Fuck no. They rob from unsuspecting victims. That's why when you go into these old folks' homes and these old care facilities, it's all white people because they're taking their fucking houses away from them people. And then what? All of a sudden, they have a mass die-off of them. Yeah, we know why, don't we? UK. The UK. The people are fighting back. Fighting for their loved ones that were killed in these fucking care homes. Literally murdered. And then with false reports as to actually how they died. Well, people found out, didn't they? Yeah. And that's the thing. They operate on Amari. Okay? if he dies, well, the government made sure I can't get an independent autopsy, even if I could afford it, people. That's what I mean, they protect their dirty doctors. And it was very easy to take out the organs and put the dead body on the table and hook it up to machines and keep everybody out because of COVID, right? And tell the few that maybe might be able to go in that they can't take pictures because Amari wouldn't want to be remembered like that, right? And to wear gloves so that you can't really feel what their skin is like, and, you know, put fear into you so that you don't really just see if they're even alive, because chances are they're not. Okay, I can't stress it enough. That is what Shamay taught us. She was not the first and she's not the last. Okay? And they don't give a shit about anybody except themselves and whatever alliance that they're aligned with in terms of, I don't know, the beast system. Yeah. The beast system. Yeah. The things that crawl up from fucking hell. Okay. No. This is why I didn't go to the hospital. I told Tisha. You go. It'll be bad enough me walking around with their blaring funky lights, right? They're bringing in their funky lights. You know, those LEDs, which are not good LEDs, which are not good for you. You go into the bathroom and you can't see shit because it's so bright in there. So I just, no. I said, you just, no. Because this, like, seriously, I'm like crying. And nothing hasn't even happened yet. Nothing hasn't even happened. You see, he's not really going anywhere. Because he knows. He knows people. The point is he did it for himself. Okay? Now, I know YouTube will probably put no comment on this video because, God forbid, if somebody came in and said, you go, Amari, you did a good job, you know, don't worry, Judy, you know, whatever. No. They put an age restriction on one of my videos, people. But yet you go on to these other channels, these, you know, beef sector channels and those kind of things. Oh, my God. 10 times worse than anything I've ever done. And YouTube does nothing about it. Nothing. You got other people up there, you know, got their kids online, you know, whatever. Why you, they're going to put no comment on this video, more than likely. You watch and see. Because they're not going to want Amari to be praised. Yeah. All right. They act like they own him. Well, the government acts like they own him. So we shouldn't be surprised that YouTube thinks and acts the same way, being that the government owns YouTube. Yeah, right. Well, since the government's fucking listening, why don't they go after their dirty doctors and put the onus where the onus belongs? Amari doesn't cross his legs because Amari crosses his legs not because of him, people. He crosses his legs because of a dirty doctor that wanted to ensure that another fucking doctor had an excuse to cut him open. Okay? So that the government can run their funds into that system. And then when they're ready, they just knock them out, put them to sleep where they never wake up, and they just start taking out their fucking organs as they're lying to the family, trying to convince everybody they're alive, as that body is right in front of you decomposing. Okay. Do I sound slightly traumatized after all these years? Yeah, I am. Because they don't stop. That's the thing. They got him booked in for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years of freaking misery, if not more, all to prevent fucking pain. Yeah, okay. They don't care if he's happy. They didn't care if Andre was happy. That's not what they care about. They don't care about emotional well-being. They only care about what they want. They're the leaders of the pack when it comes to that me fucking generation. Yeah. You're not going anywhere. See, he's getting real fast. So, did you see that hardly took any time? So, if I was running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth before, I'm running even back and forth more now. But I guess I can thank the doctor soon when I have to start putting on these leg things and make him lay there for 8 hours a day or at night or whatever. And then come time this next year, assuming that I even have him, right? Because, you know, they're going to do what they're going to do anyway by any means fucking necessary, even if it means taking me out, okay? Then he's going to be in a wheelchair stuck with his legs spread open for a year. And just because he smiles once somehow indicates that he's happy. Yeah, okay. You've seen a kid smile once sitting in a wheelchair with his legs spread out. He's been sitting like that for 8 fucking months. And he smiles once. And you got to ignore the fact that he was probably in pain from the moment that he woke up from that surgery and it never went away. And if it did, it was only because he was doped up with their drugs. What's new? Like Uncle John woke up from being doped up with their drugs. Right? Accuse Shamay of this and that and everything else under the sun because of their drugs. Yeah. You better watch it. What are you doing? Do you know? I don't know. Do you know that you're going to fall off the couch? You're scaring Nana all the time now. Every day I get panicky because you're getting really fast. Uh-huh. But I like it because it makes me feel good that you're moving around and you're active and you're curious and you're confident to try it. Keep trying to do it. And I'm proud of you. It's just I don't know how to keep you safe. I have to bring in another baby gate and sew on some handles or something where I can tie it on real tight. But then, you know, he's going to have that gate there. But at least he can move around. But then he'll find a way to start going up over here and then he'll fall off there. So I'll have to gate him in here. Right now he's happy to be where he is. But it's not, I can't leave him here. I have to put him back there. And then I got to come like every 4 or 5 minutes. Like before it was a little longer. Now it's fast. He's fast. Well, he's fast. He knows what he sees. That's why he needs hip surgery. That's his fault. Not the doctor's fault. That's his fault. That's why the government ignores it. Because it's Amari's fault. Right? Amari created this problem for himself. Because Amari won't listen and not stop crossing his legs. So I guess to hide that fact that he didn't do it to himself, even though they like to accuse him of doing it to himself, this is where they got to put him in a fucking wheelchair, spread eagle, for 8 months or more. And operate more than once. For whatever reason they express. With no guarantees that they don't kill him. By accident, of course. Because the doctor snipped a major artery. By accident, of course. Yeah. Okay. Do you see how they toy with children's lives? With human beings' lives? That's what they did with Andre. They thought it was funny when they freaking took him out of a daycare right under our noses. Okay? Yeah. And then they wonder why he stopped eating and didn't want to talk for 6 months. Yeah. Well, we know why. Right. Anyway. I don't want to break down and start crying. So here's the issue. If he gets too close to the edge, because he can't really control his body that much that well yet. But he'll probably never really get a handle on it because he'll never be allowed to develop that skill, right? because they're going to stunt it. They're going to stunt it once they start cutting into him. What happens is if he gets too close, and then the weight of him will just push him forward. And he won't be able to stop it, and that's how he ends up falling off the couch. Right. But he knows. I'm watching you. I'm just waiting to see what you're going to do here. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you're aware of what's going on. Yeah, I think so. You're not trying too hard to get down there. No. No, you're not. Yeah. But it's not any place I'd want to leave you yourself. As much as I'd like to think that you know what you're doing here. What you doing now? I don't know. So what you doing now? Oh my, you're using your right hand. Very good. Very good. You seen that, eh? And he noticed it too. So that's good. No, he's not even trying. He knows. You know. I know you know. What are you going to do now? Huh? What are you going to do now? Uh-oh. See? This is getting close to the edge here now. It's getting scary. Getting kind of scary. Yeah. No, you see, that's where you're going to pop off. Okay, people. I think I need to move him now. He's scaring me. My heart. You don't even know. You don't even know how many times my heart stops in a day. Seriously, you just don't know. Okay, I have to put on his leg braces here, which makes it a little more harder for him to move, but he's still determined to do it. The problem with these leg braces, though, is they're, and you get him caught up, right? But if you notice, that whole time he was doing what he was doing, did you once hear him cry out in pain of any kind? Of any kind. Okay? He knows what pain is, people, because here's the knee. Underneath the knee are those, I guess, tendons, right? And then we do these little exercises. Come on. I do these little exercises with him. See his feet? I ain't getting strong. He's pushing me off the couch. Come in. Yeah. I try to get him to use his legs, right? I'm crying, so my nose, right? I'm trying not to cry, people. That's why I'm doing the video, because I don't want to sit here and just start bawling like a bloody baby, man. If I was gullible and dumb and stupid, do you see what he's doing? He's strong. Right? I have to hold his right ankle straight. And I have to encourage him to use his right foot a little more. But if you notice, he's not squawking, people. Nope. He likes it. It's a game. It's a game with you. And he's getting strong. Oh, yeah. And then he gets into a walking motion sometimes. But his legs always start to go like this, so I have to hold them for him. And I have to support the right foot on the ankle to try and straighten it out. And sometimes I have to encourage him to use the right foot because that's not as strong. His left side is extremely strong. Yeah, you think it's funny, eh? You think it's funny. I'm gonna break my breastbone one day. I'm gonna get too big for this. But I'm just trying to do my part, people. I have to kind of like tickle his thigh a little bit to get him to sometimes just move. Yeah. Oh, you're funny. Yeah. You're funny. You're funny. Let's see. Can you do it up here? Come on. And walk. Walk. Walk, Fernanda. There you go. Come on. I know that's too little high, eh? That one's too high. There you go. He likes the bitter there. I figured that helps to push the socket into the bone into the socket, right? Whether it does or not, I don't know. Like I said, they're determined to cut him open one way or another. I don't think it matters. I like to think it does. And it helps him to build muscles on his legs. Oh! What are you doing? So anyway, underneath the knee, with those tendons, right? You know, it can be irritating for him. Especially on the right foot. Right? Especially on the right foot. But if you notice, the whole time he was moving, he never squawked once. What's Nana doing? Something different here. This down here. They want... That's what they want to clip. But I don't want to. Because I watch him, right? And when he's doing his own thing, he never squawks. Ever. He works around whatever it is that irritates him. All right. There you go. Come on. Come on. Exercise that leg. Come on. Come on. Walk. Walk, walk, walk. Come on. Walk, 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 walk. Walkie, walk, 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 walk. Sometimes he does. He starts going like this. Come on. But I always have to hold the right ankle and give it support. That's what those muscle relaxants are supposed to be, so it's not always like this. And because he's so active and he likes to move around and explore his environment and get into trouble and be that Houdini baby, he's always right. Oh. Yeah, there you go. I'm trying to figure out what I can do. Assuming that I'll even be able to do this with him in a year from now, people. When he gets a little bigger. How I can set him up. And he can push on a board or something. Because there's going to come a day when I will just go flying. He's going to be too strong. Alright. He'll just be too strong. He'll either break my bones, or he'll make me go flying across the room, one or the other, because he's already getting strong. You know, it doesn't look like he's strong, but he's strong, trust me. Yeah. When he grabs you with his left hand, oh my God, you got to try and pry it off. That's how strong he is. Where the right hand just... He hates his right hand being touched. Unless you butter them up first. Now you want to sit up, eh? But Nana wants to put on these braces. So I just wanted to point that out. If you notice, he didn't flinch in pain, didn't whimper, nothing. Nothing. There he goes. Yeah, there you go. That's right. Walk. Walk. Yeah. Hey, you want to cry? I don't want to have a nervous breakdown, people. I've never had a nervous breakdown, and I've gone through so much shit. And I'm still going through shit. So I'm just working around the house, still doing food prep, getting ready. I'll probably do butter tomorrow. I'm just clearing off the counters right now, right? Because I've got a lot of butter and that whipping cream that I'm going to can up. And I got a little bit, I got that wheat coming. That's the last time I'm going to order that for a long time. And then the honey's coming. So after the butter, next week I'm going to do the honey. Whether I do a video on it or not, I don't know. I bought a few electric, like kitchen electric appliances to make a smoothie or whatever. I bought this rice cooker that can make cake in it, and it can slow cook chickpeas or whatever, right? I bought a little teeny weeny crock pot to cook something for Amari, or whatever. I don't know. He's so picky these days. I'm trying to build on that routine. And then once everything's all canned up, put away, bagged up, whatever, I still have those Great Northern beans I have to do. And where's the other one? I don't see it. Then I'll try and get into those super drinks. That's not for a while yet. See, I can't cry because if I cry, my eyes get worse. I noticed that about my eyes. They cloud up, like when my landlord came with her son. I came inside. It was cloudy for 4 hours. I got scared, and then it went away. and then eventually it came back, and I didn't notice it until Tisha took me out. And then I was like, holy shit, what's going on? And I never got it back. I never got my eyesight back. But yeah, crying is dangerous for me. Makes me go blinder faster. So I try to avoid it. That's kind of why I'm doing this video, because I don't want to sit here and cry all day. See? Nana can't find that other leg brace. And where did your sock go to? What'd you do with the sock? This is the leg that we really need to have it on. It's the right leg that's the worst. Yeah. Yeah. And a cat buried underneath everything over here. Oh boy. It doesn't help when Tisha tells me she's moving away. Okay. Just remember, life is an adventure, okay? That's the only way you can really cope with it, just with thinking like that. There are no guarantees with an adventure. You never know what you're gonna get. You could roll off a mountain and come out with no scratches like I did. Or just whatever. I don't know, Amari. Where's your leg brace? Why is it not here? Amari! What did you do? As your mother would say. Amari! Why aren't you sleeping? As your mother would say. Amari, you're supposed to be sleeping. You're supposed to be sleeping. As your mother would say. Amari, go to sleep. Stop stressing out your nana. Yeah. As your mother would say. Amari, what are you doing? What are you doing? As your mother would say. He just wants to sit up. He says, I don't want to play that game right now, Nana. Why are you putting these leg braces on? It's harder for him to sit up. But he does it anyway. And then he gets all gooped up with them because they get locked up in the blankets because I have to keep pillows and blankets to some degree all the time around, right? You never know, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know. So what they'll be making is something similar like this, only it goes right up into the groin area, and they put a bar in the middle so he's like this. And then he really can't move. What do you think's going to happen? As I'm giving him medication to relax him. Okay. And he's not even in pain yet. Go figure. And what little pain he does feel, like maybe underneath the knee, right? He adapts himself to it like everybody else does with the aches and pains that they have. Right? He knows how to navigate around it. Right? And if you're with him and you're doing things with him, you know what he's sensitive to and what he's not sensitive to. So you're careful not to grab and just, right? You know, you go slow, right? You know exactly where his sensitive spots are. And then sometimes I have to talk him through it, like, you know, relax your arm, Amari, like the right arm, because, you know, he tightens up, right? Because he doesn't, you know, he gets stubborn, that's what it is. And then, come on, Amari, you gotta relax. So I can go like this, right? After a few times of doing that, it's a little better, but, I mean, clearly you can see he's using his body, right? His left side has more muscle than the right side. And they're going to make it so that he has no muscle. And he won't even be able to exercise his muscles. I hate it, people. You don't even know. I don't know how to protect my grandson from this. I just don't know how. I just don't know how. Dad will start crying again. Yep. It's not his fault. Anything that I have to go through because of him, it's not his fault. Changing diapers, whatever it may be. My heart fucking going like this all the time. You don't even know. Always under that microscope with all those fine fucking professionals that know so much. Yeah, right. Yeah, what do you know? You only will know what you want to know. Everything else you're in denial with. Until maybe one day whatever happened to my family will happen to your family. And just like you didn't listen to me, nobody will listen to you. Nobody will care. There you go. So proud of you. Everybody that's watching is so proud of you. Except for maybe one or two. But they got something eating their brain, so that's to be expected. Now, I'll put them back over there. Pencil them in. And he will continue to move with these things. He won't be able to move with those things when they bring those things that, you know, that's impossible. These things he does, I don't like him doing it because, you know, his leg gets even more gumped up sometimes. But if he's uncomfortable and it's a little painful because he got his leg caught up in something, he calls out, no, 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 you know, or he, you know, I know. And then I come and I rescue him. Oh, boy. And then he does it again. Because he likes to move around. We'll put you on the floor later. You can move around on the floor later. So, end of this video. See, that's his little ankle bracelets right there. And then he, again, kicks and moves around and does whatever he does, and then he gets it caught up in here, and I have to come and rescue him. But they won't stop him. No. But he's not as mobile, though, with them on. Right? I think I need to push in this cushion. Yeah, I do. They really hinder his mobility. Okay, so anyway, see, Amari. 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 What are you doing? You're supposed to be sleeping. Amari. As your mother would say, why are you awake? Amari. What are you doing? You're supposed to be sleeping. Yeah, as your mother would say. Amari, go to sleep. He's not going to sleep. No way. Okay, so before I stop, do you see? These things, they don't help. They've never helped people, ever. Because he's bullying in here.